You don't just age because of time. You age because of stress, because your nervous system stays on high alert, because of what you consistently feed your body. Most people try to heal their mind while feeding their body things that keeps them in survival mode. Inner work doesn't just change your mindset, it changes your body. Welcome back to Mindset of a Goddess TV. This space is about whole person transformation, a space where we focus on growing spiritually and practically. I focus on your whole self, spiritual, mental, emotional, social, and physical. Because real growth don't just happen in one area. It happens when all parts of you are integrated together. That's transformation. And today we're talking about how inner work changes your body, not just how you think. I'm also going to list 5 foods that help me stay healthy, energized, and regulated. There are so many other healthy foods out there, but I'm just going to name 5 for today. Your body doesn't respond to motivation, it responds to patterns. When you consistently feel safe and nourished, your habits begin to shift naturally. That's alignment, not force, not discipline, alignment. Growing up, I saw a lot in my family. And when I say growing up, I mean starting when I was young, before I became a teenager, but I really noticed more when I became a teenager. Medical conditions, obesity, dental issues, and mental health struggles. And I was a part of some of those as well as a child growing into adulthood until I decided to become more of an individual and more independent. I also seen a lot of medication dependence as well. Some even passed away from health complications. Stress played a big role, of course. That's one of the biggest things that a lot of people pass away from or have a lot of medical conditions that's linked to is stress. Honestly, that scared me, especially when it's so close to home. But it also woke me up, and the older I got, the more I awakened to ways of helping myself and eventually helping others. It made me take my health a lot more seriously. I was always good with health when I was younger because of what I didn't want to look like. And of course, they always tell you to like drink a lot of water, exercise, the basic stuff. They tell you the same things. But as I stated before, and I will always say, not everything is a one size fit all. And nobody tells the whole truth if everybody was doing it, then wouldn't it work and everybody would be small and healthy. So no, it just forced me to dive deeper and see what specifically will work for me. And also just learn a lot of truths of what actually does work versus what society or what a lot of social media and everything tells you. It made me take my health a lot more seriously, not just for myself, but for the younger generation and my family and just in general, for people that I speak to and just pass information on to, and for my clients. The more I teach and see what works, the more I want to learn. And of course, I'm always the first person I try on. Whatever I put out is what I've already tried on myself or what I've already experienced within. We can't fully evolve if we ignore the physical body. When your nervous system is supported, your choices shift naturally. People often tell me all the time. I've been hearing it for a very long time. And at one point, I used to didn't even I used to forget my age. But a lot of times, people tell me I don't look my age. And uh, at the time, a lot of times people would say, "Oh, that's a compliment. That's a good thing." Yes, I know it's a good thing, but it's also intentional. Most assume genetics, luck, or some type of skin product. But the real reason, nervous system regulation plus nourishment. The people who are really aware and really are probably a lot more spiritual or even just religious, they usually say you take care of yourself very well. And I like those people because they are a lot more accurate. Aging doesn't break the body down. Chronic stress does. And when my nervous system changed, my cravings changed. Okay, so now these foods that I will about to mention didn't come from just dieting or starting a diet. I didn't restrict myself and it didn't come from cutting out everything that I enjoy. They came from learning how to support my body while doing the inner work. As I said earlier, watching others and seeing them go through different surgeries, medications, pain, discomfort, that will wake you up, or even any type of medical condition that leads to death, that will wake you up. I learned to feel more stronger, energized, and have a clear mind with less bloating, less swelling, and less sickness. And I even be shocked because it's so funny when I go to the doctor. I try to go to the doctor very consistently, at least twice a year. And it'd be so funny, or if anything is wrong, I will go to the doctor regardless. But it's so funny when I go, I always be nervous, and they always ask me. But I've always been like this since I was young. I guess because of seeing so many events from others in my family, you just never know. And it'd be so funny because I'd be so hard on myself. Because when I go to the doctor, they always be like, "Why are you so nervous? What are you so nervous about?" And I just be like, "I just want to be healthy, but make sure that I'm okay." And I always end up being okay. But then when I think about the things that I'm disciplined about, or a lot of foods that I don't eat, or certain things that I cut out, or just in general, just how well I take care of myself, I'd be like, I did all of that for nothing, or, worry or for nothing. But I really did learn how to get out of that because a lot of times we do create things within us by just our thoughts. This is about longevity, building a body that works with you and not against you. I'm gonna tell you 5 foods that I added in, or that I'm really like for a while I've been eating, or just been consistently trying to stay aligned with. My go-to proteins typically are tuna, salmon, cod, turkey, chicken, and beef. Only when I'm really feeling it. It's very rare because I'm not a big beef person, but there are certain dishes that I will eat every now and then. But my biggest go-tos are the previous ones that I mentioned. Or sometimes I do also do meat-free meals. Will I ever just go fully vegan and not eat at all? Not eat meat at all? Probably not. So that's why I mentioned the other meats. But at times when I'm really, really feeling it, I will go meat free with certain meals, especially if I decide to eat any type of breakfast meal. I'm big on going without meat on certain meals. I mean, on a lot of breakfast meals. And eating these proteins supports brain function, reduces inflammation, and helps emotional regulation. When your brain is nourished, emotional regulation is easier. The next one are nuts. And these are the ones that I include. You feel free to do your own research and eat what works best for you. But from my own research and my own experience, the ones that I enjoy or have worked for me, because mind you, this is also about little to no medication, being less sick and stronger. Almonds, walnuts, pistachios, and Brazil nuts. And there are certain restrictions for each one. It's not recommended to eat, to indulge or overindulge on them. But like I said, do your own research or ask your doctor or whatever you do to help you with your own body. And this is healthy fats for the brain, magnesium for nervous system calmness, and it stabilizes energy throughout the day. It also helps with cravings too. When your insulin levels are stable, your mood tends to be more stable too. And I know this because I've tested it out from experience, and there has been a big shift within my body since I added it in. And one thing about nuts, it supports brain function and healthy blood flow as well because of their healthy fats and anti-inflammatory nutrients. The next one is dark leafy greens. But some that I would recommend or that I enjoy for myself are romaine, arugula, kale, and collard greens. This helps with magnesium support, nervous system regulation, and you have less physical tension and fatigue. This is nervous system nourishment, not a food trend. So when you see people eating it every day, all day, kudos to them. That's if they are saying the truth. But I'm telling you, this will help you. You will feel a difference. It is good for fiber, and good magnesium, and just overall cleansing for your body. So I do highly recommend it. The next one is berries. Now, someone recommended berries to me when I first started my health journey years ago, and I gave it a try, and it worked out really well for me. But during those times, I was up and down with my weight. I was up and down with exercise. I would consistently walk, but I didn't have a stable nutrition plan, or at least I wasn't sticking to it. But now that I'm a lot more stable mentally and emotionally and physically too, I try to incorporate berries every day, especially blueberries. That's one of my favorites. My least favorite would be raspberries though, but strawberries and blueberries, and occasionally blackberries, I will try to eat almost every day, but blueberries for sure. Berries are antioxidants because they contain natural compounds that help protect your cells from damage caused by stress and inflammation. It's great for brain health, such as improving memory and boosting concentration, especially when you eat it every day. I tested it out and I do approve. It's great for stress recovery and really good for fiber. When your body isn't constantly inflamed, it doesn't feel like it's aging. And the last one I will mention for this video are seeds and mineralized water. Now, when it comes to the water, I knew about it, but I've been this past few months, I've really been learning the benefits of it even more, and I also been feeling the benefits of it versus just drinking regular water, because you do not have to drink water all day. There's actually negative benefits to drinking water all day, as I found out, and just drinking regular water, feeling thirsty all the time, that's not normal either. But some seeds that I do recommend, or I would say helps heal you, or you should add in, are chia seeds, quinoa. Even though we eat it as grains, it starts out as a seed. Sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds, which I do personally like it inside granola. Quinoa and seeds like pumpkin and chia and sunflower support steady energy, healthy digestion, and overall nervous system balance. And when it comes to hydration, water plus electrolytes keeps you a lot more hydrated than drinking regular water. I'm not saying dismiss bottled water or drinking water all day, but you do feel a difference when you drink the water with the electrolytes. And I do recommend making it at home. One thing that I was always recommended was coconut water, but either the ones in the store, I have found that a lot of those still have a lot of sugar, or it's not really helping with hydration. So I really do recommend making a good one at home. Another one is water with sea salt in it. That's one that's very popular and I've heard a lot about. I tried it a few times and I'm still testing it out because that is something that I will have to adjust to. Not all the time. Some people just recommend that you just take it in the morning or once a day, but I haven't been that strong yet to do all of that. But um, even with that, regardless of any electrolyte water or any water with salt in it, I would say make it at home, or I would recommend making it at home because nothing in the store, unless you really, really have to, such as Gatorade or the other things that's out there. I think Gatorade would be like my most go-to if I was to drink it, even though it still has hidden sugars in it. But even if it says zero sugar, it still has sugar in it, hidden sugars. But either way, I'm not going to say sugar, the whole sugar conversation. I just know for me, it doesn't feel as hydrating versus making it at home. Mineral water naturally contains calcium and magnesium that help support bones and muscles. Dehydration can actually feel like anxiety. These foods didn't change my past, they support my present. Your body is intelligent, believe it or not. It adapts to whatever you consistently give it. Cravings aren't random. Your gut and brain are constantly communicating. You have control. You can feed a craving or feed your body. You don't have to be perfect and you don't have to shame yourself. Add things slowly. See what it feels like, what it does for your body. Don't just jump on a bandwagon or assume because someone says try this, it'll work for you. Make sure you're doing your own research. Let a rhythm develop. You can build up that momentum, but starting off slow, trying it out, testing it out, because you don't have to eat everything. Just some things that work for you, because eating less is really the goal. It's not just about how you look. And I think that's how some people get caught up or end up feeling or end up going back to their regular ways. But they focus on too much on how they look. Your body will change regardless. If you focus on more so what you're putting inside of it, your body is going to change. It's about how you feel, how your skin looks, how your digestion feels, how your body feels after movement. I'm not a doctor and I am not here to diagnose anyone, but I am someone who studies this, lives this, and sees it works, not just for me, but also for others. And at one point in my life, I was just guessing, starting over, assuming that what works for someone else will work for me until I started studying my own body and learning about my own body and seeing what it needed more of or what would help it stay healthy. And I encourage you to do the same. The more you align with your body and inner self, the more you step into the prosperous, authentic version of you, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. That's whole person transformation. If this shifted your perspective, or if you learned something, or you just enjoyed the video in general, like this video, please. I would gladly appreciate it, and I love that when you all support me. I appreciate it so, so much. Watch my latest videos to keep evolving. And make sure you leave a comment or feedback of any video or of your experiences because I love to hear about them. Sometimes it can encourage me, and sometimes it gives me that boost to keep going. Or sometimes it's good to know that I'm not the only one out there that's on a similar path because I do believe that a lot of people that you meet or run into, whether it's in person or on the internet, they are a reflection of you. Remember, it's about whole person transformation, higher self integration. Make sure you like this video, subscribe if you're a new watcher. Thank you for watching. Bye.